Would you like to ring in 2023 with the perfect spiritual toast? Let Sarah Spiritual's New Year collection make 2023 a year of returning to love. The 2023 collection includes Sarah's New Year's bath, oil, mist, petition candle, and symbolic intention paper, rose quartz crystal angel, and the Return to Love Daily Messages CD. The 2023 collection is only $52 plus shipping and handling. To order your 2023 collection, visit sarahspiritual.com or call 561-682-0955. If you're local to Palm Beach, Florida, pick up your collection at the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Out of state, have your collection shipped anywhere in the country. Order at sarahspiritual.com or call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Would you love to deepen your spiritual connection and create a conscious shift in your life? Do you seek answers to the human experience? Well, welcome to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. It's a 2-hour safe haven for your questions and spirit's answers, and you can transform your life. Right now on WWNN in South Florida, Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium who can assist you to connect the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. For the next 2 hours, listen and call in toll-free, 888-565-1470, 888-565-1470, and watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and share love and light.
The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart. The ways that worked before, they don't work anymore. We have lost our love for everyone. We have hurt each other. The world is changing now. It's asking us to move along, to open up a different way of loving one another. We can't stay the same. We've lost the game of life. We can't run away anymore. The world is changing now. We to rise above where you've been. The world is changing now. What we did before doesn't work. It's time for you. It's time for me to change. The world is changing now. Won't you change and open your heart? Open your heart.
Yes, indeed. Open your heart right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, heard live on VCMG 96.9, 95.3, and we are answering your questions at 888-565-1470. And this is the time for us to put some time in a bottle and save the moments that we want. What are your memorable moments of 2022? What are your memorable moments of this whole thing that we've all gone through since 2020? And what are those moments that we want to treasure and cherish from the past? Those moments with family members and people who are close to us, those magnificent accomplishments that we've had in our lifetime. What moments do you want to put and save in your magical bottle? If I could put time in a bottle, the first thing that I'd like to do is save every day like a treasure. What days and moments would you love to save? And what days and moments that perhaps have gone by that are connected to our loved ones on the other side would you love to cherish? Tonight, we're going to open up that portal of energy and travel back in time and share those memories and make those connections for you and answer your questions for the future. My goodness, I see a new year upon us. Seems like just the other day we were toasting in 2022. It went rather quickly, wouldn't you say? And here we are, getting ready for 2023. Personally, it is a powerful time for us all to embrace our freedom and who we are. But most importantly, it is to tune into our hearts and the energy of love, for that seems to be missing in our day-to-day interactions. Seems to be a little bit more angst and disruption than love. So imagine if we claim our personal freedom and we step into our own uniqueness and toast 2023 as the year to return to love. Wouldn't that make for a beautiful, beautiful transition and a much more peaceful 2023, and perhaps more peaceful than the years we've had in the past? But we know the world is charged with a lot of energy, and not everybody's on board with that concept. So we may have to take a little time and do a little work and look in our own hearts and see what is out of alignment with us. Who inside of you is feeling frustrated or angry or unappreciative? Who inside of you is riding on your high horse, and maybe you need to come down and step out of your personality and stop thinking how things should be or what it used to be, and be grateful for where you are now. At life, we have many moments where we have what appears as a setback. Often a setback is a comeback for something even better and greater. It's an opportunity for us to let go of the complaints and be open to what we do have and what we can create, and how every day is a new opportunity of new adventures, new connections. Everything can be new. But it's the old programming, the way that we look at our lives. It is the old programming of what we've already experienced. And although we have experience to back us and make us anticipate that things would most likely be the same, why would we want to hold on to that energy? Why wouldn't we want to carve out a new beginning, a fresh start, every morning when we awaken? especially if the day before wasn't quite what we wanted. It's a time for you to branch out and be this true, magnificent human being, a being who is here authentically, and cherish who you are and your moments of victory. It's very easy for us all to recite all the things that have gone wrong in our lives. But what about the things that have gone right? What about the accomplishments and the success that you've had along the way? What about the moments of character when you did the right thing instead of maybe the easy thing? What about the moment when you took the high road instead of arguing with someone? What about the time when life looked like it had thrown you a curveball or a bucket full of lemons, and somehow you made the best of it and rose to the occasion and somehow came out smiling and even smelling like a rose? What about those times? These are the times that we are getting ready to embrace, this moment in our life where we can look at the past and be looking at the past in a way that, I don't know, just gives you this sense of connection and understanding of who you've been. In a retrospective way, we can articulate our joys and our gratitude to the divine and anticipate something new and better coming our way. You are powerful beings, and sometimes I believe as humans we underestimate our power. We forget that we have the power to be at this moment of time, to be co-creating for the future, and then even connecting to the past and pulling the gleaming, treasurable moments and bringing that energy and its magnificence and its power to this moment of now. Because in the moment of now, you are creating what's next for you. And look how far you've come. Look at the beauty that is you. And think of all that you've learned, and some that you've unlearned, and more to continue unlearning. Because the Spirit came in a way that was not meant to be restricted. The Spirit came in a way that is truly ready for a new beginning and a fresh connection and a co-creation with an entire universe. Does that sound like a being that's reliant on others to determine their future? Does that sound like a being that is subject to other people's bad vibrations or thoughts or ways of being? Does that sound like a human being that should be influenced by someone else's personality? Doesn't it sound like you have the power and everything you need all inside? So why is it that we've stepped away from who we've really come to be? I know we have been trained to survive in the world, but imagine if you took all the moments that you worked on an assumption, and you know what they say about assumptions, and you took those assumptions and then you reviewed them and you realized how many times you were wrong on what you assumed. But based on past experience, you just assumed it would be similar to what you already know. But when you go into the knowing, the essence of you, the aspect of the divine that dwells within, that's where you see the power that can co-create and transform anything. And this is where we are, moments in our life that are powerful. And tonight is a powerful moment here for us on WWNN/VCMG. You know, we went through this big transition where VCMG is now our name of our station, and we've made that adjustment. And now we're getting ready to make some adjustments as a show for all of you. You asked for more time, and we thought, how could we get you more time? More time to call in, more time to participate. You asked for us to be heard in different locations, not just in the 3 locations that we have, the 3 stations. So we took all of that into consideration, and in this transition, and we're very grateful for the support we've received from VCMG, we have been able to move ourselves in a direction of a new location for the show, a change in time, and 3 more stations on top of the 3 stations we have, so that all of you can share the light, share the love, share it with your family, all of South Florida, and we can expand the connection and the reach. And then, of course, continue to grow as we have in the past and pop up in different cities. That's still on the horizon. We've been in Atlanta, we've been in New York, we've been in New Jersey. We've definitely gotten around. But for now, we're going to focus on all of you here on South Florida as far as a radio tune-in dial type of sound. And for our friends on Facebook and YouTube and all of our listeners who listen to us on iHeartRadio, we, of course, are always there. But we want to expand the reach, and we want to expand your opportunity to grow. And in expanding the time, we kind of change the time. So write this down. Next Wednesday, December 7th, we will start at 6:30 p.m. Not really that different, right? It's 20 minutes later than we normally do. But guess what? We are going to go to 9 p.m. So write it down, 6:30 to 9 p.m. every Wednesday night with all of you, 3 additional stations, and we're going to be celebrating. And since it's the month of Christmas and celebration, I know we're going to have some fun. But we're also going to change our backdrop. You're not going to quite see the Sarah Spiritual logo in the background. You're going to see, well, I don't want to spoil it. We've got a new location to film for all of you. And this is going to give us some more versatility. Kind of have some shades of our Sunday Fun Day without quite going that way. Oh, and speaking of Sunday Fun Days, we're going to get back to that as well. We've got a lot in store for all of you. I know we've all been very dedicated to upgrading and making changes. And this year, we didn't visit you on the weekends as we did in the years prior. We were nonstop on Sundays, 2020 and 2021. And we were also pretty consistent between 2017 and 2020, visiting you all on a Sunday or a Saturday for a live broadcast on top of this radio station. So please look out for those notices. And if you have not signed up to know what's coming up next, because there's some big stuff, you want to go to sarahspiritual.com and you want to register for our mailing. And you get a free download just for registering at sarahspiritual.com and visiting the website and taking in that beautiful, powerful prosperity message that we have to offer all of you that are a part of our mailing list. Some of you are, some of you aren't, but come on board so you don't miss it. Because what if I told you there's going to be a time that those of you local or in town at a particular moment can come visit a live show? Wouldn't you love to be an audience member and be a part of this radio show and have a live interaction and have questions answered? Think how much fun we could have when we do that. So get ready. Changes are coming. Next Wednesday, 6:30 to 8 to 9 p.m. I almost said it, 6:30 to 9. And we are going to keep the same phone number for now at 888-565-1470. I know we're all used to that, and I'm on speed dial on quite a few people's phones. I know because I get the messages I'm hearing. A busy signal, Sarah. When is the line going to be open? But we are working on getting you even more ways to reach us. So with all of that said, are you ready to go to our phone calls and answer questions right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah? Are you piling in your questions on Facebook and YouTube? Did you share the page and share the experience? Well, get those questions ready. Share that page. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And then, drum roll, please, when we come back, we're going to your phone calls all across the nation. Write the number down, 888-565-1470. We are really enthusiastic to connect with all of you. Stay with us. We're going to seize this moment and cherish it because we're putting time in a bottle. Stay with us.
Before I walk through the door, do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your song?
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 888-565-1470. That's toll free, 888-565-1470. Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
We've got a feeling you'll want to listen to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, Wednesday nights from 6 to 8 p.m. for insightful, intuitive messages. Sarah Spiritual is a spiritual advisor and transformational coach who will assist you. Join Sarah Spiritual for a powerful 2 hours of life's questions and Spirit's answers. I've got a feeling you'll love Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, 6 to 8 p.m. Wednesday. Got the feeling? Just call 888-565-1470.
You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual at 888-565-1470. Toll free, 888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with
Did you call me with your soul? Because you know me. I am Sarah Spiritual, and you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah right here on VCMG 96.9, 95.3. We're going to have so many more stations to rattle off next week. Save it in your calendar, 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. starting next Wednesday, December 7th, all the way through. We are on 13 and a half years of national radio, and this is our, let me see if I can get it right now, 660th live show. And that's a lot of shows, and that's a lot of hours. They usually measure these shows by half hours. So if you take into account our show is 4 sets of half hours, can you realize how many half-hour segments of showtime we have given all of you for these 13 and a half years? It's crazy. And we're happy to do it. We are going to go to the phone lines, and I love my friends on Facebook and YouTube. Please ask your question and be specific with your question so we can read it and I can give you your answer so we can get to as many people tonight as possible. So I've got to go to Angie Baby, and Angie is in Naples. Angie, how are you?
I'm doing good, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing well. Good to connect with you. I know it's been a interesting ride for you these past few weeks or month. Yes, it's been a little bumpy. Is that true?
Yep. Uh-huh.
And we are truly just kind of feeling like a little bit of a gerbil in a wheel, trying to figure out how we move on from here. Is that also true?
Wow, that was my question.
How do you move on from here? Well, everything has a way of working out, Angie, and I really feel that you have to, my guides are making me feel you have to trust that everything happens for a reason and that this is an opportunity for you to delve into something in your soul, something in your connection with people and relationship and relations. And it's an important time for you to focus on love and relationships. Are you doing something different in your love life with your partner, please?
I kind of moved back in early. We lived together previously for 5 years, but for the last year we've been living separately.
And we have picked back up. And what is their birthday?
He is May 20th, 1966.
Okay. And you never thought you'd be quite doing this step backwards. Is that correct?
Yeah, it kind of happened because of hurricane reasons. I have somebody currently living in my home that needed a place to stay.
Okay. And it is a time for you to enjoy this new opportunity for the relationship. The relationship does not always offer you everything that you want. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay. So it is the one more time for the good old times to see if we can make it work. Okay? It's an opportunity for you to focus on, is this where I really want? And is it what I really want, where I want to be, and how can I really benefit from looking at my part of the story, and what is a pattern within me that is creating this, that makes me feel as if I have to keep revisiting something that is missing something, but I still keep revisiting it. So is it really missing something in the relationship, or is it that you are missing something inside? That's where we keep this question for you until. And it's a time for you to really delve into it and this partnership. I do feel that he is definitely giving it a go, giving it a whirl. Is that true? He's really trying. Is that true?
Yeah.
He's got his best foot forward, his best outfit on, and his best personality. But the two of you have history. And so can we grow together? And I think this is something for everyone to become more aware of. Sometimes we always think the grass is greener on the other side. And we have to look at the fact that the people we have in our lives are in our lives for a reason. And some of them are just for a season. Some of them are our greatest teachers. They give us an opportunity to grow and change our patterns. But we all have to be willing to do the work and have these really hard conversations and kind of delve into the relationship and really share and be vulnerable. And we need to be able to feel safe with each other. If we cannot feel safe with each other, the relationship will straggle and strangle itself and really just never grow. So this is an opportunity that has you two in a position where you can really make this relationship grow if you do the work. Otherwise, it'll straggle away and strangle itself, and you'll be back at your place after some things are taken care of, and the person who doesn't have a place to stay will find a place to stay, and life will go on.
Okay.
All right? It's a journey, but everything works out for a reason, and you will be where you need to be at the perfect time. When I look at this story and how it unfolds, you will know next year in 2023, on or around April or May of next year, whether we are going to stay in this relationship or we're going to be out, and we will have closed the chapter once and for all. But I want you to make note, and this is important, where you were in 2004 and how your relationship life was and what was going on with you. I also want you to make note of who you were with and what was going on in relationship and what wasn't working in 2012. And I want you to review that. And I want you to now look at where you are and find the similarities. Notice where you've grown, but also recognize the patterns. That's your homework, Angie.
Oh, wow. Okay, that makes sense.
It makes sense. I know. They flashed up little cards of your life. I'm like, all right, we're going there. Zoom into 2004. Oh, we're going to 2012. All right. Oh, here we go. And then look at looky where we are now. Holy crow. So now here you are.
Well, those two things weren't going the way I wanted, and I was pretty much like, all right, I'm out, and slammed the door. But this one, I'm having a really hard time, and usually I don't I can tell people goodbye with a snap of a finger.
Right. So we have to look at what's going on, why, and is there a fear? Is there a fear that we won't have another choice or another opportunity? Do we feel like we've got to make this work? What's really going on inside? That's the question that only you can answer, or I could help you offline, but it's something you have to answer. All right, my dear?
Okay, I'm
All right.
definitely going to book a private reading with you.
Perfect. Now I'm going to ask you a question, Angie. If I could save time in a bottle, what moment would you save? What moment is precious you want to save in a bottle?
Probably my last Christmas with my dad.
Okay. Save every day like a treasure and then spend it again with you. So treasure your moment with your dad, your last Christmas. Keep it in the bottle near to your heart. Be sure to send a positive vibe up your dad's way. I'm sure you'll get a message from him. All right, my dear. Thank you so much for calling. God bless you. Bye for now.
Thank you.
You're
Same to
welcome.
you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
888-565-1470. I've got to go to Crystal. Crystal is in Orlando. Crystal, how you doing?
I'm good. And yourself?
I'm doing well, Crystal. And what is your question for us tonight?
I'm just confused. I went out this weekend, and my ex was all over my Facebook looking at my stuff, and then out of nowhere, he blocked me. And then I've been talking to this guy that I went to school with for a week now, and I'm just like confused. I don't know.
What is his birthday?
The guy?
The guy, yeah.
He's February 10th
Okay.
of 1990. He's 33, so I guess 1990. No, I don't know. I'm
Okay.
starting to get to know him.
Okay. Well, that's why we check and we kind of take a look in. So here's the interesting thing. This person is going through a lot of changes. This person from school that you just reconnected with, and you're kind of getting to know him in this time in his life. And he offers, great, interesting conversations. He's very smart. Can be a lot of fun. He may not quite be as deep in the communication and affection as you would like. This is something you will determine moving forward. He seems a little cool to me, but I do feel that he's a very genuine person, and he's really making positive changes for himself, and that next year is going to be a powerful year for him. I feel like this year has thrown him a few curveballs, and he's doing his best to readjust. As far as your ex watching you on Facebook, well, if he doesn't want to be in the game, then don't watch the game, right? So he's really kind of feeling out of sorts that you're still managing without him, and just really not capable of being happy for you or expressing what he really wants to express, which would be that he still has feelings for you, and he is feeling jealous, and he is feeling out of sorts over this. But then again, it was his move, his choice to be where we are now. And you have to live your life. And so he will unblock you. It will change, right? So this is just part of the story of I'm mad, I don't want to see, I'm going to throw a temper tantrum, oh, poor me. So we will let him throw the temper tantrum. So you just keep doing you and enjoy your life and all the people that you're meeting and explore. You know, when someone, and I say this to you and I say this to many who have been listening, because I've heard similar stories. There's a song that says, break up to make up, that's all that we do. You guys have that history. And the two of you have not had an easy run of it. And so someone who will leave you once, leave you twice, leave you 3 times, for sure they're going to leave you again if they come back. So because they're not solid in who they are as a person, as a man, with their character. They're too easily influenced by things on the outside, people, things that bother them on the inside. They're not a good communicator. So, of course, things fester, and then someone points out something and they run with it. That's not how you do a relationship. So they're really not emotionally mature for a relationship. And you need stability for yourself and for your future, for your children. And this is, you're getting a chance to ask yourself this question. do I
So do
really
you think
want
this new
him
guy
back?
that I'm talking to? Should I just keep talking to this guy that I'm talking to, or
Of course.
cut him off?
No, you don't cut him off. You're learning to decide what you like and what you don't like. You've been trapped in this whole little frenzy, which you're not really listening to what's important in the conversation. So forget about the other guy. You need to ask yourself, why am I in this dog and pony show going around in circles?
Yeah.
And why would I even want back a guy who would leave me once, twice, 3 times? Why? Ah, that's the question. Who inside of you doesn't feel good enough to have someone stand by your side and communicate and show up and be emotionally sound? So this is where you are. And could he have some major metamorphosis and make a change and do some things for himself? He could. But his behavior is telling us that he's not on that path, not on that track. So for you, it's to savor every new moment you have and explore love in all of its potential. Now, Crystal, I'm asking everyone, what moment in time would you like to save in a bottle and cherish, treasure? What is that moment, that memory that you want to keep forever?
The last time that I spoke to my sister.
Okay. And hold that
before
memory.
she passed away.
Yes, hold that memory. And just trust that she hears you and is with you. All right. Thank you so much, Crystal, for calling. God bless you, and have some fun.
I will.
All right.
I
Bye
had
for
blast.
now. All right. Bye for now. 888-565-1470. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, and that's me, Sarah Spiritual. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Do you know me? Do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice?
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 888-565-1470. That's toll free. 888-565-1470.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium, Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual at 888-565-1470. Toll free, 888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Do you know me? Do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me?
Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? I am Sarah Spiritual, and we are Spiritually Speaking with all of you all across the nation at 888-565-1470. And we're going to go back to the phone lines. I've got Pamela, and Pamela is in Massachusetts. Pamela, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, Sarah. Thanks for asking. And congratulations on all your new news and expansion.
Thank you. We are always glad to expand and connect with even more people, so we appreciate that. Thank you, Pamela. And what is your question for us tonight?
Well, you helped me on something a little over a month ago, and it's about the sale of my home.
Okay.
And you told me I just have to trust that it's possible. And in that conversation, you and I talked some numbers.
Right.
So I kind of went on with life. And as you know how these things work, I had gotten a text message from a real estate agent back in May that just went by the wayside. September went by the wayside. Well, I got another one recently, and I responded. So I'm now at a place where I'm a little nervous because this is a real estate agent doing this for an investor. So I don't have my own real estate agent. This would be an off-marketing sale. So my question is, I have a good rapport with this person, been upfront since the very beginning. So their initials are GC, and they work for a national realty company.
Okay.
Can I trust that they will manage my best interest in this situation?
Do you have someone who is a real estate person or lawyer that could review the offer?
I'm going to ask someone for a referral for a closing attorney, but I was not going to involve another agent from a commission standpoint.
Perfect. Exactly. That's what I mean. Someone who can look it over, who can understand. I would never trust someone who's looking after their investor first to just also be looking out for your best interest. They doesn't mean they're going to try to throw you under the bus, but it's still, you want to make sure your legal things are covered, right? And we want to make sure that you come out of this deal in a way that leaves you whole.
So I can do that then as long as I get my own closing attorney.
Correct. You want to make sure contractually, I mean, you know the number you want, you know what is required to make you whole, to move on with your life, to free you. So you work within that platform, and then you choose someone who's going to advise you throughout that process.
Okay. Well, that's my next question.
Yes.
It's not the number I originally wanted, but this circumstance is different because it's not a retail MLS sale.
Correct.
So my question is that he gave me a number, and it's a reasonable ways away from what I want. So I guess I'll just say this as we're on the air. Will they be willing to negotiate upwards? And I'll say about $13,000.
No.
Okay. Are they willing to negotiate upwards at all?
Maybe 7 to 10.
7 to 10. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All righty. And then I have a very weird question because this involves Mother Nature.
There are no weird questions, but okay.
This one is, but it's fun. So when we talked also, you said you saw something on the left side of the house, things like that. I had some damage from a woodpecker or woodpeckers. I feel ridiculous saying this, but
That's
and
right.
I had it fixed. And of course, it's known to me and the universe that I want to sell this property.
Right.
Well, the woodpeckers put the holes back in the same spots.
Of course.
What's the message? Now I have to fix it twice.
I know. So, oh Lord. So here we go. So what I love about woodpeckers is that they create this sound. It's a music, right? It's like a drumming. But the woodpecker represents change. It's time for change, right? And unfortunately, their signal to you, and they must really like your house, right? Is their message is we need to change the rhythm of life. And you're out of rhythm. And they're trying to get you back in rhythm. You're like, okay, if you get away from my house, I'd be on a new path and a new rhythm. But they don't understand that. They are a very spiritual bird. They connect us to the outer realms of the other side and the connections. But they're really about what is out of alignment in your life, what's out of rhythm, and getting you into rhythm.
Okay. Yeah, but I agree with you. If they would just have left the house alone, it was fixed once, it would move along faster.
Right.
But anyhow, okay, I appreciate that. So I can fix it again, and I can be sure now I've received their message and they won't do it again.
Well, if I were you, I would, kind of talk to them. And I'd talk to the universe, and I would kind of, I don't know, put some bird feed, send them in a different direction so they can
I
do
hear
that.
you.
Okay, so.
And then the last thing, this is weird too, because prepping for this sale,
Yes.
I re-stained the deck. And I did that in the summer months. And then I got a letter this fall that says my deck is faded and I need to restain it. Have they confused my house, and will I be able to just tell the HOA, listen, I did this in the summertime, and give them the receipts and everything?
Yeah, you give it to them. I mean, there's no reason for you to restain. Does it look faded?
No.
Okay.
That's why I was like, what? I did this on purpose,
Yeah.
to prep for it. So it's just been weird because as I wanted to move forward, I felt like the woodpeckers doing this, and then the letter from the HOA about the deck, when it had already been done, I'm like, what are these slowdowns, or what are these little speed bumps? It was like a mixed message, and I couldn't,
Right.
I was confused. So,
Well, it's time to go there, correct?
yes.
Okay. So it's just things getting in the way, and you need to power through them.
Okay.
All right. So, Pamela, if you could save time in a bottle, the first thing that you'd like to do, the memory you'd like to cherish, what is that memory, please?
Oh, I'm so glad you're asking me after some of your other callers, because I went into tears when I heard you asking other people. I may not have the year right, but it's Christmas Eve. I think it was 2007. I'm not 100% sure, but it was many years ago. I flew back home, and my dad picked me up on Christmas Eve, and he wanted to go out to dinner. And he underestimated, people and restaurants closing. So we couldn't find any place that was open. We went home, and he didn't have a lot of food. And we had frozen pizza, and he was mortified, but I was thrilled. It's something I won't ever forget.
Perfect. Good. So have a frozen pizza in honor of your dad. And if I could save time in a bottle, the first thing that I'd like to do is save every day and a frozen pizza, and then I would spend them with you. Go ahead. Focus on that. All right, my dear?
Yes.
All right. Well, enjoy the holidays and give my love to the woodpecker. And I would look up the animal totem, the woodpecker, and learn more about the woodpecker and its presence in your life. Whenever an animal or even an insect consistently shows up, we need to take a look at it. So thank you so much for sharing your story, and keep us posted on the sale of this house and this big transition that you're getting ready to make, which is going to really powerfully transform your life to new networking and connections. And I see new community and new life for you.
Excellent. Thank you so
You're
much
welcome.
for everything, Sarah.
You're welcome. Bye for now. Bye.
Bye-bye.
And as we speak of the holidays coming, Christmas, Christmas Eve, and New Year's, we've got a fabulous holiday collection coming. Do you want to know what 2023 holds in store for you? Then please get our collection of fabulous products. Get a forecast with the New Year's package, everything you need to toast in the new year. And that package is a fabulous collection of all the products, and we'll put it up on the board. It includes the mist and the oil. It includes the spiritual bath. It includes the fabulous CD with some of our songs here from the show, as well as meditations to assist you to toast in the year. We've got a petition paper, a candle, and we've got this magnificent rose quartz angel. So get this New Year's kit package. It'll be fabulous for you. Or get your forecast and your package, which is our collection, and visit sarahspiritual.com and learn more about it. Hopefully Freddie can pop up the pictures of the graphics of it all. And we are so happy to be toasting in 2023 with all of you. And a forecast is something that gives us wonderful insight as to what's coming next for us. Well, we're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to continue answering questions here on VCMG Live. We're going to also tune in to our friends on Facebook and YouTube, so continue the questions. I've answered some in writing. I'll be back to the Facebook page in just a moment, and we will be tuning into our Facebook and YouTube friends when we return after this first hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah and tuning in to our next. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Is different now. People have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be. 'Cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart. The ways that worked before, they don't work anymore. We have lost our love for everyone. We have hurt each other. The world is changing now. It's asking us to
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. Phone lines are open at 1-888-565-1470. That's 1-888-565-1470.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Oldies 95.3 and 96.9 and Palm Beach County Parks and Recreation present the Carlin Park After Dark Concert Series, Part 2. If you enjoyed Part 1, we've outdone ourselves this time. We've convinced two-time Grammy nominee, six-time Emmy Award winner with 8 million records sold, 7 public television specials, and over 50 recordings that earned him 4 gold records to join us and perform for you. Oh yeah, and he hosted Entertainment Tonight with Mary Hart for 10 years. It's John Tesh live in 10 days, Saturday, December 10th.
He puts on an amazing show. It's fantastic.
Don't miss John Tesh live in concert in the beautiful outdoors at the Seabreeze Amphitheater in Carlin Park in Jupiter. This is a free live music event, part of the Carlin Park After Dark Concert Series. But for a more up-close and personal experience, limited reserved pod seating will be available for purchase. Hurry, reserved seating is going fast. All the info is at oldiesouthflorida.com. Enjoy live music, an on-site bar, concessions, and if you're interested in being a vendor, just call us at 561-627-9966. It's John Tesh live in 10 days, Saturday, December 10th. Brought to you by Margaritaville at Sea, Robes Law Group, Sloman's, 1-800-ALARM-ME, Raymond BMW Jupiter, and the Hamilton Piano Company. South Florida's Good Time Oldies is here. WWNN Pompano Beach, a VCMG live radio station. The new Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
Would you like to ring in 2023 with the perfect spiritual toast? Let Sarah Spiritual's New Year collection make 2023 a year of returning to love. The 2023 collection includes Sarah's New Year's bath, oil, mist, petition candle, and symbolic intention paper, rose quartz crystal angel, and the Return to Love Daily Messages CD. The 2023 collection is only $52 plus shipping and handling. To order your 2023 collection, visit sarahspiritual.com or call 561-682-0955. If you're local to Palm Beach, Florida, pick up your collection at the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Out of state, have your collection shipped anywhere in the country. Order at sarahspiritual.com or call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up. This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the second hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussions and to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. We have another hour to listen and call in. 888-565-1470. 888-565-1470. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube. And you can share the love and light.
The world is changing now, and we don't know where to go. The world is different now, and people have lost their way. It's just not easy to be who we want to be, 'cause the world is changing now. We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart. The ways that
Yes, indeed, we have to listen to our heart. The world is changing. That's one of Spirit's songs channeled right through me, and it was performed live as it was recorded, and that's what you get to hear. We are so happy to have you join us here at 888-565-1470 on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, answering your questions. We're going to pop into our friends on Facebook and YouTube, and then after that, we have to go to Long Island. But let's see what's going on Facebook and YouTube. We've got Liz Brewer. She's on Facebook, and she says, Sarah, how long will it wait until my housing moves me to my new home, please? So, Liz Brewer, the timeline for that seems to have gotten held up. I feel like you would have major move or been moved somewhere in the October time. So I feel like there's a delay. They're making me feel like February into March is the better time for this. Things may get further delayed at the end of December, so that may slow up you making a move in January. I know you're feeling anxious. Set the intention that it happens expeditiously. Don't be impatient. And I feel like most of the bumps are out of the way. Thank you so much, Liz Brewer, for asking about your moving, and it's coming soon. Bye for now. Who else do we have on our Facebook and our YouTube? We've got Christopher. Sarah, how are these conversations going to shift between the generations? Will I be able to cope and understand? Yes, I had given you some writing in this, Christopher, but I will share with you that it is a time for you to allow this to unfold. It will begin to lighten up at the end of January. Be patient with yourself and others, and know that there's a learning curve for you and a remembering of the energy of love, peace, and humility, and be in the energy of unconditional grace and love, and everything will be fine. I see that end of January lightens up this mismatch of communication that you seem to be in the midst of, which can be most uncomfortable. Thank you, Christopher, for your Facebook question. We're going to pull one more from our friends on Facebook or YouTube. We've got our Facebook friends, and we've got Kathy Brooke Slabob, and we've got her asking about her health. Will it be a better year for her health? And when I look at this energy, she's also asking about Brooke as well. So we're going to look at Kathy. When I look at the energy of your health right now, it is a time of some bumps still going on. I feel like the energy of health is a little weak. The energy feels weak around your health. You will rebuild. 2023 gives you a chance to restructure your health and feel better. I feel like there's a lethargy. There's a imbalance going on. I feel as if it's as if every part of your body kind of doesn't feel right, feels achy, feels off. This is something that will kind of start to feel a little stronger when we go into 2023. And I feel like you'll get some more answers so that you can take the proper steps to put yourself back into perfect health alignment. And as far as Brooke's energy is going to get better. I do feel that there's been some things going on with her in a weakened state of immunity, but I feel that she's going to be doing better in this 2023 time. We also want to look after Brooke for some signs of feeling anxious anxiety as well. But things will turn around in 2023. You've just got to power through what's coming up over these next couple of months and be patient and kind with your body so that you can get to the optimum strength. Thank you so much for your Facebook question. We'll take one more before we go to our New York call. We've got Isabel Dobson. Thank you, Isabel, for sharing with us. I saw that you sent us some stars on Facebook. I always love getting some stars. Makes me feel like a superstar for a minute there. And we've got here Isabel asking the question. She's been in a muddle, and she, of course, she's not from here, you know. And so she's been in a bit of a muddle. And what are we going to do? Well, Isabel Dobson, it's going to make a shift. But I feel like this muddle is really an opportunity for you to really break free and kind of have this new beginning, fresh start. I feel like even in the finances, this muddle has been just all consuming. I feel as if you haven't been feeling well in your health. So it seems you've been getting hit with multiple things. So Isabel Dobson, let's look at the month of February as a better time for you and pulls you out of the muddle that you might be in. Thank you so much, Isabel Dobson, for watching the show all the way I believe you're in the great UK. So thank you so much for being a part of our show. We appreciate your staying awake to watch Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. All right, from there, from the great friends in the bit of a muddle, we're going to go to talk to Stephanie. Stephanie's in Long Island. Stephanie, how you doing?
Hi.
Hi.
Hello?
Hi, Stephanie. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I am well. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Good to make this connection for you. Is this your first time calling us?
Yes, it is my first time.
Well, we welcome you. Thank you for joining us. How did you hear about the show?
From my cousins in Florida.
Well, thank you for your fabulous cousins in Florida. We appreciate that. And how's the weather for you in Long Island?
One earlier.
Yes. Oh, did I? Wonderful. How's the weather for you in Long Island?
Very rainy.
Oh,
Very
I'm
rainy
sorry.
and windy today.
Well, we should send you some Florida sunshine, although we had quite the downfall.
I need some.
Yeah, we had a big
I
little
keep
rain.
saying I need to move to Florida.
Well, darling, you can move to Florida when it's time to move to Florida. Okay, let's get real New York on you. You've got to come when it's the perfect time. And I know winter is hard, but you'll be okay. All right. So now that we've got all my accents out of the way here, I feel like I'm back in my stand-up comedy days. Miss Stephanie, when I look at this energy, I first got to just tell you this, that take a deep breath, because this year is really going to represent breaking routine, getting out of this rut that you seem to be in. I feel like it's the same thing day after day after day, and I'm feeling this energy of stagnation. I'm feeling this energy of wanting to branch out and to make change. This is where perhaps a move to Florida one day will be beneficial to you, because there is a desire for change. But I also feel that you have been very attentive and looking out for so many people over these years that it's time for Stephanie to learn how to take care of Stephanie and really put you first. Does that make sense to you?
That makes so much sense.
It does. I know.
A lot of sense. Yes.
And it's time for you to break out into song and say, "It's my turn. With no apologies, I've given up the truth for those I've tried to please. And now it's my turn." It's your turn. And it's okay to come first. And I know we have family, big family, yes, big connections, and great expectations. However, you can do the people who have passed on the greatest service by not just holding all the values that they've taught you, but it's truly about, Stephanie, you looking out for you and remembering who believed in you and honoring what you have yet to do for yourself. you haven't really lived all your life's passions and dreams. This is true, correct?
That's true, yes.
Yes. What is your primary question for me, Miss Stephanie?
I just wanted to know if there's any loved ones around me.
Very powerful
And-
energy around you, yes. Yes. And what was the
And
follow-up? Yeah.
Just my health. I haven't really had like the best of health for a few years.
Let's go to the health first while I open up the energy here. Male energies coming through, connected to you here. So I'll take a look at that in a minute, but they're stepping forward here. And your mother's mother passed, your grandmother passed?
Yes.
Yes. Very treasured woman, very revered, and everyone loved her. Yes?
Yes.
She brings me great love, great joy. She interrupted me. She's like, all right, you're not going to talk about health. I'm here. I'm like, all right, you talk. I'll listen, right? I feel like she commanded the room, but in a very gentle, strong way, right? She was her own gentle giant.
Yes.
And it's interesting, Stephanie, is there a connection with a particular cookie and your grandmother this time of year that you associate with her?
No, but she always loved cookies around.
Okay.
She would always give us that cookie tin. The tin.
Yes. Okay. Because she's showing me cookies. Okay. So, and at first she reminded me of, just to kind of get my mind in cookie land here, she gave me a big S. And I go, what's a cookie and an S? I'm like, what is she talking about? Then I was like, oh, yes, a Stella D'Oro S cookie, right? That's what she was showing me.
Oh, my God, yes.
That makes
And
sense?
those are also my mom's favorite.
Okay, so there you go. So, and I haven't seen do they still make Stella D'Oro S cookies? I got to go look.
Yes, they do, because I get them for my kids sometimes.
Okay, so next time you eat one, say this one's for you, Grandma. So she's giving me the S cookie, and she's showing me a cookie and tying her to a cookie. I didn't know if it was related to the time of year, but thank you for the clarification that Grandma most certainly loved her cookies because she's giving me that energy for you.
She would always have a cookie with her coffee.
Okay, and coffee, right? You're from New York, coffee. So, so anyway, as this fabulous energy of her love comes powering through, please know that she is with you. I'm going to work with the gentleman in a minute, but while I'm doing that, provided he doesn't interrupt me, your body feels very tired, very lethargic. I feel like, do you get headaches and feel achy? Is that true, Stephanie?
Yes.
Okay.
Headaches, constant headaches.
Constant. And so I feel like I'm not a doctor. I cannot diagnose you, but have we gotten blood work, looking into something in Lyme disease or something?
No, but somebody recently told me that I should actually get tested for that and rule that out.
Rule it out. I do feel there's some underlying, again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not diagnosing, just the impression Spirit is giving me. You take this information and go to a doctor, let them kind of put the pieces together. I feel like there's some like low-level virus kind of in the system that's been there for a while. It's caused some dissatisfaction in the physical body, and that energy is causing an imbalance. And it's the first thing that kind of popped up to me was something linked to the Lyme virus. All right. So look into that, rule it out, or if it's something along those lines, whatever you have to do to treat it and move yourself forward. I feel like you will feel much better, much stronger. Next year, it's going to take a little time. I feel like this has been plaguing you for about 18 months, has been off for you, if that makes sense to you. My guides,
it's been for a good couple, almost a couple of years now.
Right. So we're kind of in that 18 months time frame is what it feels like to me. When I rewind you, I was going to fast forward, but they rewound the tape for me. And so when I look at the rewind for you and I really go back into the things that you have gone through in the journey, and it's been a bit of a roller coaster for you, I look back and I have to say, I feel like 2017 into 18, this was a time of change and shift for you, a little difficult. Is that true?
Yes, that's actually when I got sick.
Okay.
And then I had my gallbladder removed in 2018, and then after that, it's been like everything's been going downhill.
Right. You never quite bounce back, okay? So, and it's probably multiple things on top of another, and you just probably never got your full strength back, right? So, interesting Spirit goes that way. Male figure seems to be paternal, fatherly energy. but I really want to place it more in grandfather, father's father passed, please.
My dad's father has passed.
Yes, he is with you as well. He's the gentleman who stepped forward. I just needed him to place himself so that I could know who he was. So do know that he is with you as well.
Oh, wow.
All right. I hope
Wow.
I've been of
Thank
service to you and that this has been a good experience for you.
Yes, it has. Thank you
Fabulous.
so much.
I have a question for you now. If you could put time in a bottle, what moment would you want to freeze in your bottle and save like a treasure?
Pretty much any moment before my dad passed. I just lost him a couple of months ago.
Okay.
And it's been rough the past almost 3 months.
All right. He did not step forward yet, but ideally when we connect again, he will. Grandfather was more present at the time. So do know that your father's father was greeted. Your father was
So
greeted by
strange
his
you
father.
said that
Yes.
because I just recently saw my dad at the cemetery, and I literally just said to my mom, they're at the same cemetery, and I literally just said to my mom, when I go back, I have to see my grandfather. I need you to write down what his
Plot is, yeah.
grave site numbers.
Yeah.
And I literally just said that to my mom the other day, and I literally just thought about him that day. This was last week.
Okay. So do know that your father's father is with you. Go visit him. And I know your dad is with you. He just didn't step forward with the message. Based on the timeline,
he's with me.
Yes, and he's still checking in up there. So, he's not going to share his stuff with everybody. So he's got to get
No, my
settled
dad was
in.
very quiet. My dad was a quiet man.
Yeah. And I said he's not
Very
going to share
quiet.
his stuff with everybody.
No.
So he'll step forward when he's
Exactly.
ready.
That was my dad. You hit the nail on the head. That was my father.
Perfect. Well, sweetheart, we are sorry for the loss. At this time of year, we know it weighs heavy on everyone's heart when we remember our loved ones who've passed. During the holiday, don't cry. Know that he's in the divine light and he's in really good company, all right? And have that Esteladora cookie for Grandma
Yes,
when you
I
get
will.
a chance, all
I
right?
have not bought them for my kids for a while, so I will go get them some.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Pleasure
so much.
connecting with you. And thank your family
Yes,
member
you
here in
too.
Florida for connecting us. Bye for now.
Okay, thank you so
You
much.
got it.
Bye.
888-565-1470. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors and welcome your calls here on VCMG Live and continue answering questions on 95.3, 96.9. We are here to be with you and save a moment of time in our bottle. What moment are you going to cherish? I know I've got so many moments I cherish with all of you. Thank you for sharing. We will be right back.
Through the door, do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your song? Because you know that you know me.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 888-565-1470. That's toll free. 888-565-1470.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO Enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. We've got a feeling you'll want to listen to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, Wednesday nights from 6 to 8 p.m. for insightful, intuitive messages. Sarah Spiritual is a spiritual advisor and transformational coach who will assist you. Join Sarah Spiritual for a powerful 2 hours of life's questions and Spirit's answers. I've got a feeling you'll love Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, 6 to 8 p.m. Wednesday. Got the feeling? Just call 888-565-1470.
You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual at 888-565-1470. Toll free, 888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
All right, here we go. Our last half hour right here on the WWNN VCMG live studios. We were WWNN. When I first came here, I was on another station before since 2009. And then I was on that station and brought in hanging with WWNN, and we've been writing that, and then poof, here we are. We're VCMG, and poof, we're popping off and going to a new location, but we're just changing times, 6:30, and we're adding a half hour, so you're going to get 2.5 hours of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah at 888-565-1470. Keep the number. Oh, we've got some phone number plans, but we're not going to change everything all at once for all of you because that just gets crazy. So I was like, we got to keep it simple, and we are all looking forward to giving you so many more fun experiences and advancing on to 3 more stations besides the 3 we're on. So we have most certainly been covering quite a bit. I'm still thinking of Stella D'Oro cookies, and Lord, give me an S because I want one, but I gave up sugar till next year. So who gives up sugar in Christmas time? Sarah Spiritual does. Okay, so we are going to go back to our phone lines, and let's see. I've got to go to Yvonne in Chicago. Yvonne, how are you tonight?
I'm doing much better.
Good.
Much better.
And you're all settled in, yes?
I'm settled into my home again.
Beautiful.
I moved back in when they finish. They still have work to do, and I'm still waiting on monies from my insurance company. But and I'm sure I'm going to get it, don't you, soon.
Yes, you know, they may drag their feet a bit, but eventually they've got to cut the check, as they say. So, you know, we are going to look for it to pop in at the end of the year. So we'll just give them another 30 days, and then they better pay up. They may drag it a little bit into the new year. It depends how they try to close out their books. But I do see the check coming. You know, it is a valid claim. It's just, you know, going to take a little time. But I feel like everything's been submitted and things should be moving along.
And I also
Yes.
had a claim in from Roundup. I don't know if you heard of it. They give you cancer.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
But my doctor said, okay, Yvonne, we didn't see that, and we're not going to get into that. We're just going to say it's non-Hodgkin's disease, which I've been healed by God
Right.
for it. And 2013, but another person called and said you used it into your rental places, and they took a case for me. And they came up with funds. To this day, I don't really know how much, but I was supposed to get a check last month. And all of a sudden, I get papers saying somebody said I didn't tell the truth. Well, the truth was all on paper with the attorney.
Right.
So they got money held up trying to get it all.
Well, you let them figure that out, and if they thought that you weren't being forthright, they should have and would have said that earlier. So I feel like we need to just be patient with that. And, these big claim cases, they take a while, they get complicated. And when all is said and done, what really comes to the people who are a victim of a product, and, it's kind of mind-blowing that they still sell that product. So I know I was in the store the other day in Home Depot, and I was like, Roundup? Oh,
Yep.
well, I'm like, all righty. Well, so we just have to ask that, if it's God's favor for you to get that all settled out in your favor, then it will go with ease and grace, and I wouldn't fret that. We know that the settlement check for the house and the insurance for your house and the damage, that is also going to be taken care of, Yvonne. So I want you to just stay strong in that and just focus on that. And the fact that you are back in your own personal space and that you're able to just kind of reinvent yourself now, redesign yourself. I feel like you kind of got a little push to the side just when you're ready to get going and make changes. Everything came tumbling down on top of you. And now it's time to put yourself back in place.
Will I be able to do it on my own? I'm not saying God will always be in the head, but will I be able to?
You will be able to, Yvonne. You will. But piece by piece, yes.
Miss Sarah, I do a little bit every day.
Good.
And that I can't do, I don't worry about it. But I'll yet come back a day later and finish it up.
You will. And we're coming into the holidays, and most certainly I know you want to feel the company and connection of those that you care for and know that you are loved and supported in this journey, Yvonne. Yvonne, what is your main question for us there? Was that your question about the...
No,
yes.
That was not my main question.
All right, so let's go on to our main question.
My main question is, sometimes I feel a little lonely, even though I have a friend.
Yes.
But I feel like I know I'm a child of God. I didn't choose him. He chose me a long time ago.
Right.
And he has done all and things that I never dreamed that would come to pass. He shows me he's with me. But I always feel lonely about seem like I can't. I'm trying to prove to people who I am. Yet, Sarah, I know who I am.
Right. Then the people that, if you have to show someone who you are or feel that way, then they're not the right person to be with you. Okay. There's a song, and she just recently passed, and you were talking, and it's in my head. So I'm going to try to bring it out as best I can. Sometimes I wonder where I've been, who I am, do I fit in?
Oh, my God.
Right? That's Irene Cara, right? And then she sings the song, Out Here on My Own. So that's how you feel. And the minute you started talking, God bless Irene Cara, she must be with me. She's channeling. I just heard that in the background. And it's sometimes you just can't help but wonder, like where do I really blend here? And who's really my tribe and my people? And, if on that feeling that you feel, many people feel it. And I find that the more spiritual and the more we walk in the light of God, sometimes the more we feel fulfilled, but also the more alone we feel when we look to humans to make the connection with us and to bring us that validation and that connection that we feel like we have people we can share things in common with. And when we find some, even if it's not the best match, as long as it's a healthy, good match, then we want to treasure that. Because each person has their path unto themselves, their own special way of walking this path. And, not everyone is cut of the same exact cloth, right? We each have our own unique attributes. So for you, Yvonne, what I say to you is this. When you feel that way, just say, God, show me who the people are that belong in my circle, and bring the connection to the highest good and magnify that which is perfect in the relationship so that I can enjoy the human experience the way you intended for me to, right? God didn't sit there and put this experiment together and sit there and say, hey, I'm going to throw these humans there and watch them all roll around and try to fit in, right? I want them all to be one, right? We are citizens of the planet. We are humans that are created by one God. And there's one God. All roads lead to God. So does it matter what they call God? It is God. So in this energy, I want you to truly understand that there's a power and there's a force within you, and you're never really alone.
Okay.
Well, that was a mouthful for me, let me tell you.
Well, let me say this to you, Sarah.
Yes.
I had a person, something like you. She could talk to me just like you talking to me. For about 15 years, she was like, I'm 74, she was 45, and she died instantly. And I couldn't stop crying days and weeks. And her husband called me and said to me, said, I know you're grieving, but Ann wants me to tell you she's all right. I couldn't get over it. 2 days later, I looked up my stairs in my balcony, and it was like all white. It was like a smoke dancing. I thought I was losing my mind. And after that, I never cried. Once a month, I call and see about the kids. She had 3 kids and her husband. And he tells me how great they're doing.
Right, because there's nothing to cry about, right? I mean, we do because we miss them in the physical. So, Yvonne, before we go, what moment in time, if I could save time in a bottle, what moment in time would you like to save in your bottle and treasure and cherish for this day on? What moment of time?
I would like to cherish my parents and my life that I had before my husband died, but a better life.
Okay.
That's what I would cherish.
Well, you cherish that, bring up those memories, honor them in these weeks and months to come, and just know that they will always be with you. You are never alone. Thank you, Yvonne, for a great conversation. Time for us to bid farewell. If we don't speak with you again, and anyone that we've spoken to tonight, if I don't speak to you before the holidays come on, happy holidays, and be well.
I will try to call you to get my New Year's different.
Oh, yes. Yeah, when I take out my I Spy with my Sarah Spiritual Eye, we'll take a look and see what's 2023 got for me. Yes, indeed. We will be looking.
That number that I'm trying to get down is 888-564-1478, your private number.
888-565, not 564, 565-1470. That's the radio show number. Okay, honey, if I gave out my private number on national radio, I would never be sleeping. Yeah, it's bad enough.
Is that where I get the incense from?
Oh, the incense? Okay, so when you call the center, my Expedito, and thank you for that. Great segue you're going to give me to give a plug to my physical center in West Palm Beach. I have an enlightenment center called the Expedito Enlightenment Center. If you'd like to order incense crystals, books, and so much more, or visit us in West Palm Beach, those of you who are local, you can learn more about us at expedito.com, expediteenlightenmentcenter.com. But go to 561-682 on your phone, 561-682-0955, and that's to call to order any product that you want to order for the holidays, to toast in the new year. We have our fabulous New Year's package, which is everything to tune in the new year, the spray and the oil and everything you need to start in the new year. So you can learn more about that if you go to our website, Yvonne, if you have access to a computer, sarahspiritual.com, or just call the center, 561-682-0955.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Say Merry Christmas if I don't get a chance to talk
All right.
to you.
Merry Christmas. Bye for now. Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome. 888-565-1470. Calls on the board. Want to talk to you. We're going to take a break to hear from our sponsors. And when we come back, I got to go back to Massachusetts. We're popping over there, and we've got some other states on the board. So stay with us. We will be right back.
Do you know me? Do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice?
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 888-565-1470. That's toll free. 888-565-1470.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual at 888-565-1470. Toll free, 888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
And we are back here live on VCMG, and we're answering your questions all across the nation at 888-565-1470. And we've got to go to Massachusetts. I've got Willie on the line. Willie, how are you tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you, Sarah?
I'm great. Good to connect with you again. And what's your question for us?
So I've been feeling a bit unsettled, not necessarily in a bad way, but I feel like I'm going through some type of a transformation. And I had some interesting occurrences happen in my life this week. Earlier this week on Monday, I was just at home and all of a sudden I heard this like noise of running water and I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. And it ended up being a pipe that had burst at the valve in my basement.
Ooh.
And there was water everywhere. It wasn't any damage at all. And it happened basically, I discovered it immediately as it happened. So I was able to get it fixed right away. So that was taken care of. But then that night when I went to sleep, I had a dream about tornadoes. I wasn't in the midst of a tornado, but I just remember like being in a field and seeing all of these like spirals like touch down, like a tornado was coming. And I was remember trying to figure out like what I was going to do. And then I woke up. So, you know, it's just this like, I guess, common thread of like water or like the elements or air. And I'm just wondering like what messages Spirit is trying to communicate to me regarding these occurrences in my life right now.
Well, good thing you were there for the pipe because, you know, you were able to shut the valve and, you know, stop the water from flooding the basement, right? Clean it up before any damage. So that was the plus of it, right? So what's stuck in your life? What's not moving? What's not flowing? You know, for a pipe to break, something kind of gets stuck. Like I always think, I know your pipes weren't frozen because it's not quite time for them to get frozen, but it was just an old pipe, right? And it burst.
Was an old valve.
Yes. Yeah. All right. So what's old and stale and not functioning properly in your life? What do we need to kind of shift and flow differently? Where are we stuck? What's not moving? You know, because when that pipe broke, it allowed everything to break free.
Yeah.
Right? Break out. I hear the song, Shashik. All right, great. I got crazy songs in my head. Break out. So where are you in your life trying to break out, Willie? So that's where you are right now, right? So it's this energy of letting things flow better. Where are we stuck, right? The tornado means that something can come upon you and kind of throw things into a circle, like a chaos for a moment here. And so you weren't hurt by that. So whatever comes, that's going to catch you by surprise, because hurricanes give no, tornadoes and hurricanes, but tornadoes particularly give no warning, right? We have very little warning before a tornado touches down. So again, what is a potential tornado in your life? Where's the climate right for a tornado? I'm laughing at myself because I'm like, I know you know the answers to this.
I do.
Like I'm laughing going, oh, like he needs me to point this out to him. Okay, we will point this out to you, my friends. What is tumultuous? What needs to kind of be prepared for? Where do we need to find shelter? And if something comes up unexpectedly, how do you guarantee you are fine, right? Of course, we're spiritual. We listen to the divine. But how do you position yourself that no matter what comes upon you unexpectedly, you're okay? So what loose ends need to be tied up, right? What pipe needs to be fixed? What valve needs to be replaced? What needs to be redone, right? So it can just go and move easily. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So, Willie, if you were to put time in a bottle, what would you like to save?
I would like to save when I visited Lake Como, Italy, and I was just viewing the beautiful sights, and it was a perfect day, and everyone was so happy. It was just a moment of like just freedom and bliss and joy that everybody should experience.
Beautiful. So see yourself at Lake Como, Italy, and be in that energy and hold that vibration and that feeling, because the more you're in that vibration and feeling, the more you'll attract better things for yourself.
Yes.
All right. Pleasure connecting with you again, and keep us posted. I know it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it always is.
It always is. All right, Willie. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye. 888-565-1470. Write the number down. And remember, next week we start at 6:30 p.m., but we're going to 9 p.m. So I hope you're all on board because we are stepping out of the NN Studios, VCMG Studios, going to a new location, but we're answering your calls. I've got to go to Fort Lauderdale. That's not too far from where we are right now. I've got Anna on the line, and Anna, you've been holding, so thank God we got to you. Miss Anna, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thank you. I'm so excited to be on this call. It's my first time I call in and speak to you.
Well, we're so happy to be connecting with you. How did you hear about the show, Anna?
Well, my husband was listening to the online radio station, and then you came along and he told me about it. And I pulled it up on my internet and I heard you and I said, oh, I got to call in.
I got to do that, right? We got to connect. Well, welcome to the show, Anna. Good to have you here as a part of this experience. Let me tune into the energy and really kind of see what we've got going on. Of course, I'm going to answer your question, but just want to kind of get into the story of you. So, Anna, when I look at this energy, finances, money, this is an important time for you. We want to get ready to manifest some money, make some changes. You're making some financial decisions and plans for your financial future. Is this something that you're currently doing at this time?
Yes, actually I am.
You are. And you're getting ready to make a move for career and work right now, position yourself better?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm actually I'm morphing into a new path.
All right. Well, morph away, my little butterfly, because it is your time to shine. And when I move you into 2023 and I put you on the path of your birthday, I see you blossomed as this beautiful butterfly who is already transformed. May seems to be the time of stepping into your soul. You got the spirit in you, you got the soul drive, and you're going to be living more purposeful life. It is about the meaning of you, who you've come to be, your own expression, not the person who you've been trained to be and had to be in order to survive in the world. Now it's really more about self-expression, creativity, and being a vital part of the shift of mankind. It's a big job. Someone's got to do it. You're stepping up to the plate, Anna. So my guides make me aware that you're very loved and protected. Archangel Michael is stepping forward to be with you as well in this journey. I'm also made aware of this powerful, beautiful energy, of female energy connected to you. She makes me feel like life was difficult for her when she was growing up, and when she was with you, makes me feel like it's a grandmother energy connected to you. Grandmother went through a tough time when she was younger, please?
Yes.
All right. Was it like a wartime or a difficult time like that? That she makes me feel like there was struggle around her.
Possibly. Okay. I never met her, but I'm oh my God, I'm in tears.
Yes.
I am named after her.
Okay, there you go. So she paved the way for you is where I'm going with this here. So she went through her suffering, her trials and tribulations so that she could pave the way for you, so that you and your family and generations to come could have a better life for you, all right? What is your question for us?
Oh, wow. Well, you've answered part of it, but I wanted to home in a little bit more.
Yes.
So, I've done a lot of spiritual work and myself in the last several years, and you're so right. I am in the process of going into a new path, leaving the old behind, and stepping into what I feel is my soul path.
Correct.
And I wanted to find out: is there any particular area that you feel or you see that I should focus on?
So this is the question that is important. However, there are many paths for you. So because you're such a talented person, there's a lot you can do. Because you're very good with people and connection, because there's so much that you bring to the table, it is for you to find the path that makes you feel the most alive and connect you with people so that you can bring healing into their lives. And it also will give you a chance to heal. Because when I take you back, Anna, to the age of 9, this was a time of change and difficulty for you, my dear?
I don't remember much at that age.
All right. But whatever, you sit with that, all right? Because I feel like you've got some soul healing to make you a better healer. They show me healing, they show me crystals, and they show me the angels, which makes me feel like you've been working on connecting with the angels and angel messages. Is that also true?
Yes, yes, and you mentioned Archangel Michael, and I've been told that before.
Yes. And so I would say this to you. Every year we have different classes we teach. In January, we'll start a lot of our how-tos. You can learn more about our classes on sarahspiritual.com. We always have a kickoff class in the new year. Tomorrow night is my last night of my apprentice class. So that has passed, but we have so many new things coming in 2023. So be sure to join us and participate online or make the trip up to the center when we go back to in person. And I would love to do a personal session with you because there's so many ways that we can identify what will make your heart sing. But first work on developing the connection so you know what you know beyond a shadow of a doubt so that you can be the transmitter of the energy of the divine. That is your slogan. I'm the transmitter of the energy of the divine. And how it expresses itself will be unique unto you, and how you choose to express it will be what makes your heart sing the most. It's a powerful time for you. Embrace it.
Wow. Thank you.
All right. You're quite welcome. If you could save time in a bottle, Anna, what would you like to save?
Oh, my gosh. So I would say when my 14-year-old son would sit on my lap, I would caress his hair. That would be my time in the bottle.
Okay. So save every day like a treasure, and then again I would spend them with you. Remember that. Anna, pleasure connecting with you. I hope to have a personal session with you. Visit sarahspiritual.com, all right?
Definitely. Thank you so much.
God bless you. Bye for now.
God bless you. Bye-bye.
All right, everyone. Bye for now. We are tuning out from this studio. We'll be broadcasting live from somewhere else. Hold on. I don't even know what to expect. We're just going to pop out at 6:30 p.m. next Wednesday. And from every Wednesday forward, adding some stations, 888-565-1470. That's the way to connect to Sarah Spiritual on this show. Visit my website. Pop into West Palm Beach to the Expedito Enlightenment Center and buy some cool things for the holidays for your friends. God bless you. Good night. And I am Sarah Spiritual.
We can't walk the way we did. We don't know the path. We have to listen to our heart. The ways that worked before, they don't work anymore.
This has been Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. You can hear and speak with Sarah Spiritual every Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. Each week, Sarah Spiritual and Spirit answers your most important questions as you navigate through life. Listen and call in next week and let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit guide you. If you didn't have a chance to speak with Sarah Spiritual tonight, visit Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can message Sarah Spiritual at Facebook and follow her on Instagram. Tune in every Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. with more from Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were